Hey guys, Elias here, and today I kind of want to talk about my general experience with the game Genshin Impact, because throughout the years I've played it through and through multiple times, and I'm sure, like many people, I had the issue with burnout, so I had to quit about 3 times while playing Genshin for the past 2 years. I just want to kind of talk about it, share my personal experience, and maybe you will see some similarities with myself. So, the first time I started playing Genshin Impact, it was year 2021, just the beginning. It was about January, I want to say, like early January. And I started playing it because my then girlfriend kind of started playing it and we kind of got it together. And at first it was incredibly fun. I had so much exploration to do, so many quests, so many new experiences, and it was wonderful overall. But as the time went on, I kind of got a little bit bored of it, and I stopped playing right after the Dragon Spine came out because I kind of reached a point where there wasn't anything left to do except Spiral Abyss, and the story wasn't updating quick enough for me to stick around. And my girlfriend at the time already quit at that point, and I kind of was left alone because I didn't have any friends who would play it either. And I kind of played it till I want to say start of February, and I realized I wasn't having any fun, so I decided to give it a rest. And that's how my first experience went. And another thing that kind of made me want to quit is a thing that was I tried to re-roll for then one of the strongest characters, Dilek, who's still kind of one of my favorites even nowadays, even though he's not that strong, but he has a special place in my heart. And I re-rolled over 100 times, couldn't get him. And on the 101st time, I finally got him, and I played with him collectively for about 2 weeks until I got bored of him. And that was kind of a point where I decided to, you know what, I'll give it a rest. I'll come back to it later and see how it goes. Now, fast forward about, I want to say 6 months, and at the beginning of, no, actually no 6, about 4, because I came back to Genshin at the beginning of June. At the time, I was single. I had not much to do. I was kind of in between college and my gaming stuff. And at the time, there wasn't much I was playing either, so I kind of decided, you know what? Why don't I get back to Genshin? Which kind of starts my second try when I try to give a go for Genshin. And it was around the time Golden Archipelago came out, and I kind of started thinking, you know what? Let's start a new fresh account. Let's try to play from the start and see how I feel this time. When it's just me, you know, I have more of a freedom, I can do whatever I want. And I decided to create a new account. I re-rolled a few times, maybe like 10 or so. And my first character I gotta remember was Klee, who at the time was not very good, but I loved her as my daughter. And I also had Mona, my first like 2 temples I did, which I thought was pretty lucky at the time. And I kind of started playing it. I played it for months, played it for 2, and Inazuma came out at like the end of 2020 July, 2021 July. And that kind of got me reinforced more into Genshin because I experienced new content for the first time in a while, except Golden Archipelago, which was quite intense as well, which I enjoyed a lot. But Inazuma was one of my first experience with Genshin where I actually felt like I was falling in love with the game and I wanted to see more of a story, more of the characters, more of the development. And it kind of led me to a rabbit hole of like watching lore videos, watching other creators talk about their experiences, watch gacha pulls, stuff like that. And I wasn't even that like into the gacha overall stuff. I was more into story and just exploring, like opening chests, finding secrets. But right after, I want to say, Inazuma, while exploring for about a month or two, right at the end of September, I want to say, when I had my kind of second burnout, when I could finally be like Spider Abyss, I did all the story, I explored everything Inazuma had to offer, and I kind of felt this intense burnout once more for the second time. It was one of my favorite games at this point. And what I decided to do was, you know what, maybe I should quit at this point, because I wasn't feeling happy with the game, I wasn't feeling excited. I was just feeling kind of like a burden, because every time I would log in, I would just burn through my resin, I would just do dailies, and I would log out without accomplishing much in the end. So it kind of felt tedious and boring. So I decided to quit once again at about mid-October or so. And at that point, I gave Genshin another 3 months rest. And fast forward to year 2022. At the beginning of February, once again, I decided to revisit Genshin because at the time I was feeling a little bit sad. I wasn't feeling myself. I was kind of like lost. And I'd say, you know what? This is a game that I used to enjoy. Maybe, just maybe, I can give it one more shot and see how it goes. And I came back to Genshin. I came back and it was right at the time where like Ito came out, right after him. I joined once again. And I decided, you know what? Let's do another account once again. And I made over 100 accounts and I re-rolled on every single one of them until I got John Lee. And John Lee was one of my favorite characters. He was one of the reasons why I returned to Genshin for the second time. And I was having fun. Like for the first time in probably months or so, I had really good time with Genshin. And it brought a lot of like happy memories when I used to play it just for fun, just to enjoy, not to grind, not to like be a meta slave, just to have fun. And I continued playing Genshin for about another 4 months after that. And I had an exceptional amount of fun until one point I kind of had the same thing of burnout, which I think is a common topic for everybody who plays this game, because at a certain point you reach a wall, and that wall represents what you can do in Genshin. Because when you're done with the story, there's kind of not much else to do. If you've done all the exploring, all the side quests, the only thing left is Spiral Abyss and just daily quests, as well as rerolling artifacts, which is not for everyone, but it's just something to do. And at that point, I realized, you know what? I'll put it off for now. I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna put it off for now and see how it goes. And that was back at July, right before my birthday. I decided, you know what? I pulled for Kazuha and I was like, I'm just gonna leave it for now and come back later. And now, fast forward to present day, I returned to Genshin once more. I returned because it has a lot of fun memories for me, and it brought something quite exciting, which is the release of the new chapter in a story, if you will, called Sumeru, which I'm quite excited about. I haven't played it quite yet, but I'm planning to, and after returning to Genshin for arguably the first time, I just feel like it's a game which probably will always have a special place in my heart. No matter how much flaws it has, you could list it forever, but it also has a lot of benefits and positive aspects. that not many people mention, but it has a special place where it's just a game where you can return and just have a good time every now and again. Not an everyday game, but it's a game which you can always rely on to bring you a little bit of happiness in your day. So that's my thoughts on Genshin overall and why I still play it to this day. I hope you enjoyed. I was live, and make sure to let me know if you enjoy this type of content. I might share a few more personal stories in the future if that's what you're into. And I'll see you all later, guys. Bye bye.